The film Summertime is set in 1971. It talks about Delphine, a young French farmer's daughter who loves working on the land. Her father desperately wants her to get married, but Delphine is secretly involved with a local girl.
Copine, c'est plus rapide.
Je suis pas mariée.
Antoine, Delphine's childhood friend, has been in love with her for years, tries to get her attention, and wants to be her boyfriend.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
Rien, je me promène.
However, when Delphine's girlfriend reveals her plans to get married and dismisses their relationship as insignificant, Delphine runs away to Paris.
Je vais me marier en septembre. Mais il faut qu'on fasse nos vies, Delphine.
While walking down the street, Delphine comes across a group of women who jokingly disrupts men by pinching their buttocks. When a man attacks one of the women, Delphine intervenes and defends her. She then meets a woman named Carol, who is part of a feminist group. They encourage Delphine to join their cause and take part in their protest, which she eventually does.
Et toi, tu fais quoi?
Non, je suis prof d'espagnol.
However, when one of the group members shares that her gay best friend has been involuntarily admitted to a mental institution and is receiving electroshock therapy, the rest of the group initially refuses to help rescue him. But Delphine persuades the group to go on rescuing him, and together they manage to free him from the mental institution. Later that night, Delphine surprises Carol by kissing her, but Carol rejects her.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Attends, Carole, s'il te plaît, va dormir ailleurs.
However, the next day, Carol meets up with Delphine and they share an intense kiss. They quickly proceed to Delphine's apartment and make love. Initially, Carol believes it was just a one-night stand, but soon as she develops strong feelings for Delphine, Carol confesses her feelings for Delphine to her boyfriend, but they still try to work on their complex relationship as Carol and Delphine continue to engage in sexual encounters.
Je suis pas réveillée un matin en me disant tiens, allez, aujourd'hui je couche avec une fille. C'est arrivé, c'est tout.
One day, Delphine receives a call from her mother informing that her father has suffered a stroke.
Tu peux pas me balancer ça comme ça, Delphine, c'est pas possible, faut qu'on se voit.
Delphine returns to the countryside to help run the family farm since her father cannot work anymore.
Arrête de fouiller dans les affaires de ton père, il aime pas ça.
Faut bien que je regarde, on sort les comptes, j'ai rendez-vous avec la banque.
Using the knowledge she acquired from her time in the feminist group, Delphine advocates for her parents' interests among the other farmers. Carol pays a visit to Delphine and realizes that she is in love with her.
Et après, je t'ai rencontré.
She breaks up with her boyfriend and sacrifices her city life just to be with Delphine. However, Carol is surprised to discover that she and Delphine must keep their relationship hidden as Delphine's mother is unaware of her daughter's homosexuality.
Bon, je te préviens, on dort pas dans la même chambre. Pourquoi? Mon père a fait une crise cardiaque et moi j'ai pas envie que ma mère fasse une attaque non plus.
Carol initially enjoys the farm life and works alongside Delphine and her mother on the land. However, she begins to feel restricted by the close-mindedness of the people around her, who ridicule her political views. The fact that she cannot openly be with Delphine also frustrates her. Carol's doubts about Delphine's intentions are further fueled by Antoine, a local boy who has been in love with Delphine since they were children. He informs Carol that Delphine has no plans of leaving the farm, and Delphine's mother reveals that Antoine intends to marry her.
Quand même, elle l'épouserait, ce serait bien.
This leads to frequent arguments between Carol and Delphine, which eventually expose Delphine's secret to several individuals.
Si tu veux que je lui dise qu'on est ensemble?
Bah ouais. Pourquoi pas, tu vas pas lui mentir toute ta vie.
A local farmer witnesses them kissing in the woods, and Delphine's mother overhears their heated arguments.
Delphine, tu te souviens de ça? Je l'ai quitté pour toi.
T'as demandé si ça m'arrangeait? Hein, tu débarques comme ça là?
During a community gathering, the farmer who saw Carol and Delphine together stalks Delphine. In a desperate attempt to deceive him, Delphine kisses Antoine, but he expresses disappointment, aware of her true feelings for Carol.
Tu joues à quoi là? Hein? Qu'est-ce que tu cherches? Que je te sers d'alibi?
Heartbroken, Delphine seeks warmth in Carol's arms, and their intimate encounter is reignited. The following morning, Delphine's mother walks in on Carol and Delphine in a compromising situation, and she becomes physically violent towards Carol while acting normal towards Delphine.
Et quand je rentre, je veux que ce soit comme si vous aviez jamais mis les pieds ici.
Delphine, vous pensez qu'elle serait d'accord avec
Moi,
ça?
non? Alors je veux que vous fichiez le camp.
Carol decides to leave their home, and Delphine, devastated, resolves to run away with her. However, when they board the train together, Delphine finds herself unable to leave and returns home after missing their connecting train to Paris.
J'arrive pas. J'arrive.
Viens, je te supplie. C'était quoi la probabilité pour qu'on se rencontre?
5 years later, Carol is working at a women's health clinic and is involved in a same-sex relationship.
Vous la prenez, vous, la pilule?
Ah non, je prends pas la pilule.
Pourquoi, si c'est si bien que ça?
Je prends pas la pilule parce que j'ai pas besoin de contraception. Je vis avec une femme.
She receives a letter from Delphine, who has finally left her parents' farm and now owns her own farm in southern France. Delphine expresses regret for not choosing to live with Carol earlier, but understands that it is impossible to turn back time. But Carol seems to feel happy for Delphine.
J'aimerais pouvoir remonter le temps. J'ai beaucoup pleuré après ton départ. Seulement aller en avant. Et c'est ce que j'essaie de faire aujourd'hui.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.